Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the midday news on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. We begin from the State House, where President Bola Tinubu has assured Nigerians that 2026 will mark the beginning of robust economic growth as his administration reforms mature, with plans to bring at least 10 million people into productive economic activities nationwide. In his New Year message, the president said the growth would be driven by the Renewed Hope World Development Program, which aims to empower no fewer than 1,000 persons in each of Nigeria's 8,809 wards, alongside continued implementation of tax reforms to strengthen fiscal stability. However, while reiterating that reforms are difficult but necessary, the president did not provide specific details on how the ambitious target would be achieved. In the meantime, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has expressed confidence that 2026 will be a year of renewed hope and steady national progress, anchored on strong institutions and legislative responsibility. In his New Year message, Akpabio stated that the National Assembly will continue to provide legislative support, exercise oversight, and act in the best interest of national unity, economic stability, and social justice. He also cautioned Nigerians against divisive politics ahead of the 2027 election, saying democracy thrives on accountability, ideas, and respect for national unity rather than messianic narratives. In the same vein, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, and his deputy, Benjamin Kalu, have urged Nigerians to remain hopeful and united as the country steps into 2026. In separate New Year messages, the lawmakers commended Nigerians for their resilience in 2025 and acknowledged progress recorded in governance and security despite lingering challenges. They reaffirmed the House's commitment to passing people-centered laws that promote economic stability, inclusiveness, and national development in line with the Renewed Hope agenda. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has vowed to intensify engagement with government at all levels in 2026 to push for an urgent review of workers' wage amidst rising inflation and economic hardship. In a New Year message signed by its president, Joe Ajaero, the NLC said it would support only government and political actors with clear, people-centric policies and actionable commitment to improve living standards. The Labour body also stressed that security remains a fundamental right, urging authorities to build on recent gains to guarantee the safety and lives of properties. The new year is here, and across Nigeria, the atmosphere is filled with excitement, hope, and renewed expectation. As we enter 2026, many Nigerians are looking forward to celebrating the moment in different ways, despite prevailing economic and social challenges. Global Television's correspondent Ubong Usoro reports.
Education remains a cornerstone of national development, but insecurity is gradually eroding parent confidence, especially when it comes to boarding schools located outside city centers. Across Nigeria, many boarding schools are situated in remote areas, often chosen for their quiet learning environment. However, ongoing security challenges have turned these once attractive locations into sources of fear for parents. On the streets of Abuja, parents shared mixed feelings torn between the desire to give their children quality education and the growing concern.
We apologize for that mix-up in that report. Hopefully, we'll bring that report to you in our subsequent bulletin. A Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja has cleared the federal government to proceed with the implementation of the new tax regime scheduled to commence on January 1st. Justice Bello Kawu dismissed a suit seeking to halt the rollout, ruling that the applicant failed to show how the new tax laws would cause irreparable harm or violate constitutional provisions. The court held that the fiscal policy falls within the lawful powers of government, adding that any perceived error in the law must be addressed through legislative amendment or a valid court order. The Nigerian Armed Forces have intensified efforts to address evolving security threats across the country as troops continue to record major operational gains against terrorism, insurgency, kidnapping, oil theft, and other criminal activities. This was stated by Director Defense Media Operations Major General Michael Onoja during a high-level defense briefing in Abuja. Our defense correspondent Kike Lomo Okere has details.
The military authorities reviewed the current threat environment, interagency collaboration, the resilience and professionalism of troops confronting complex and asymmetric security challenges nationwide in the year 2025. According to the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Onoja, the review is aimed at strengthening strategic decision-making, improving operational effectiveness, and setting clear security priorities for the coming year. The military emphasized that its core mandate remains the protection of citizens and personnel, while also keeping the public informed about the ongoing operations and achievements across the theaters. Within the period under review, troops, in collaboration with other security stakeholders, neutralized several top terrorist commanders, their lieutenants, and foot soldiers. In addition, 4,375 suspected criminals were arrested, while 1,616 terrorists surrendered along with their families. The military also confirmed the successful rescue of 2,336 kidnapped victims across different operational zones.
Now, we also arrested 1,323 suspects alongside their collaborators, gun runners, sympathizers, and 1,616 terrorists surrendered to troops in the Operation Hadinkai area, while 498 kidnapped hostages were rescued. Troops also recovered various arms, ammunition, vehicles, equipment, and a cumulative sum of 32 million naira in cash.
In the Niger Delta region, the director reveals that troops under Operation Delta Save intensify action against oil theft and pipeline vandalism, significantly disrupting illegal activities and contributing to efforts aimed at boosting Nigerian crude oil production and safeguarding national assets. The briefing also provided an operational update on the 6th Defense Headquarters Joint Task Force in the Northeast, Operation Hadinkai, covering Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe State, continued to maintain relative stability in the region. The military, however, acknowledged that the remnants of Boko Haram and the Islamic State West African province still pose threats through isolated attacks, use of improvised explosive devices, and remote operations targeting civilians and security forces.
Neutralized several criminal elements, arrested 778 criminals and their cohorts, and rescued 53 kidnapped victims. They also foiled oil thefts valued at 8,918,647,206 naira, representing 16,623,542 liters of crude oil.
Despite recorded successes, including arrests, rescues, and neutralization of armed groups, security challenges persist, underscoring the need for sustained military pressure, improved intelligence, and stronger civil-military cooperation. As the year 2025 draws to a close, the Armed Forces says operation will continue with renewed focus on protecting lives, securing communities, as well as strengthening national stability. From Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News. The military authorities...
We say a very big thank you to Kike Lomo for that story. Let's now join Ubong Usoro as he brings us the story on how Nigerians anticipate the year 2026.
From religious gathering and family reunions to quiet reflections and community celebrations, Nigerians say the new year represents a fresh start and an opportunity to embrace better possibilities. For many Nigerians, the countdown to the new year is more than a celebration. It is a moment of gratitude and hope. Some residents say the plan to usher in 2026 in churches and mosques, thanking God for the gift of life and praying for a better year ahead.
I plan to spend this new year very fantastic and chill with good health, because without health we cannot spend the new year.
I'll spend it normally. Even today is my birthday, so me and my brother will soon go for Photoshop.
Others say they will celebrate with families and friends at home, sharing meals, exchanging goodwill messages, and reflecting on the lessons of the outgoing year.
As always, with family. Well, the year is always very busy.
However, some Nigerians admit that the economic realities will influence how they celebrate, opting for modest gatherings while still remaining hopeful that the new year will offer improved living conditions and opportunities. Despite individual differences in celebration plans, a common message cuts across the voices of the streets: hope for peace, progress, and prosperity in the coming year. As the nation counts down to 2026, Nigerians remain optimistic, believing that the new year will open doors to better days ahead. Ubong Usoro for Global Television News.
Let's now head to the National Assembly, where the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has presented its 2025 budget estimates to the House of Representatives Committee on NDDC, unveiling a 1.75 trillion naira proposal focused on consolidation, accountability, and sustained development across the Niger Delta region. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick reports.
At the House Committee hearing in Abuja, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Oboku, appeared before lawmakers to give an account of the Commission's 2024 performance and outline priorities for the coming year. Dr. Oboku described the NDDC as a critical vehicle for delivering federal government development initiatives to the Niger Delta, stressing that the 2024 budget presents a clear shift from what he called transactional spending to a transformational development model. According to the NDDC Managing Director, the 2025 budget is designed to be people-centered, participatory, and aligned with the renewed hope agenda of the federal government.
I think we will definitely deepen stakeholders' engagement in different aspects, both in the area of youth, women, and also even entrepreneurs in the region. We have carried out such engagements in the past, but for the honorable member to say we should deepen it, it is also well taken. We are going to carry out other engagements.
On budget performance, the Commission disclosed that its 2024 budget of renewed hope projected a revenue of 1.91 trillion naira, but recorded an actual inflow of 1.945 trillion naira as of October 31st, following the extension of the budget cycle to December 2025. For 2025, the proposed 1.75 trillion naira budget-themed budget of consolidation represents a 9% reduction from 2024, reflecting a no-borrowing policy and tighter fiscal discipline.
As of October 31st, 2025, the Commission's actual revenue stood at 1.985 trillion, exceeding the target of 1.911 trillion for April 2024, September 2025 by 104%.
The House Committee Chairman, Erikate Ibori Senu, and members assured the Commission of legislative support while emphasizing the need for transparency, accountability, and value for money to ensure that budgetary allocations translate into tangible benefits for the Niger Delta communities.
For our communities, this budget represents hope, opportunity, and the promise of a better quality life.
The House Committee is expected to submit the proposal to further scrutiny before approval as stakeholders look to the 2025 budget to address long-standing development gaps in the Niger Delta. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
Let's now head to Imo State, where Governor Hope Uzodinma has signed into law the 2026 appropriation bill, estimated at about 1.4 trillion naira, describing it as a product of strong collaboration between the executive and the legislature. The signing ceremony was held at the new government annex, Olu. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
Governor Uzodinma accepts the bill days after its passage by the Imo State House of Assembly, completing the constitutional process of checks and balance. Governor Uzodinma says the transition of the budget from estimates to law reflects democratic strength and commended the lawmakers for their diligence. He described the budget of economic breakthrough as ambitious, noting government's commitment to revenue generation, completion of ongoing projects, and sustained infrastructure development across the state.
So as a government, we work to generate the revenue and not spend the revenue. And you can see how ambitious this year's budget is, a signal that we must fasten our seatbelts to look for the money so we can spend the money for the people. So all the projects that are ongoing, critical projects in Imo State, we have no plan to leave anyone uncompleted before the end of our tenure.
Governor adds that the budget will boost small and medium-scale enterprises, attract investments, and strengthen revenue-generating agency. He thanked the president for providing the funds for states.
So these are the kind of things I want us to take note. And this budget is very comprehensive and detailed. This budget has taken care of, if well implemented, both the small and medium enterprises, local and foreign investors, and all the revenue generating agencies will have an environment to operate. This is the whole idea why it is called Budget of Economic Breakthrough. By the end of
the signing of the 2026 budget set the stage for a new fiscal year, with the state government expressing confidence that it will deliver measurable benefits to Imo residents. From the Government House Annex Olo, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
On a sad note, 6 passengers have been confirmed dead and 4 others rescued after a boat capsized along the Niger Dock axis of Igbolologun Water Channel in Lagos State. The Lagos State Waterways Authority and the National Inland Waterways Authority said the Savvy marine boat, which was traveling from Ilashe Beach House, ran into trouble around 8:35 p.m., prompting an immediate search and rescue operations. Preliminary findings suggest that the incident may have been caused by collision with a submerged object as investigations continue. You're watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, Naira ends 2025 stronger at official markets. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories. On the other side of this break, please stay with us. You're welcome back, and in business news, the Naira closed 2025 stronger against the United States dollar as the official forex exchange market, trading at 1,435.75. Central Bank of Nigeria data showed the currency gained 9.93 Naira, reflecting improved liquidity and increased confidence driven by seasonal inflows. Market analysts said the gains capped a positive festive period and signaled cautious optimism for early trading in 2026. Still talking business, the Nigerian Exchange Limited recorded a 36.46 trillion naira increase in market capitalization in 2025, reflecting renewed investor confidence in the equities market. Market capitalization rose from 62.92 trillion naira at the start of the year to 99.2 trillion naira at the close of the latest trading session, supported by steady gains in the all-share index. Now, despite a decline in daily trading activities, analysts say that performance underscores sustained interest in Nigerian equities. Now, as Nigeria prepares to implement new tax law today, January 1st, concerns and expectation are growing among citizens, from traders to professionals. Many are trying to understand how the new law will affect their income and daily lives. Global TV's correspondent Priscilla Obasi reports.
As conversations around the 2026 tax laws begin to surface, the question is not just about what the policy says, but who actually understands it. So we stepped out to ask everyday Nigerians one simple question. Have you heard about the 2026 tax law, and what comes to your mind when you do?
When I heard about the new tax law, I felt that it could be another means of generating more revenue for the nation. But on the other hand, based on the the narratives out there, it's as if another way again to exploit the citizens.
Me, I felt we've already started paying a lot of tax already because of the VAT and everything they take from, you go to the supermarket to buy something, anything you buy, they remove money, you recharge, they remove, you pay into somebody's account, they remove, somebody pay into your account, they remove, and the rest. I think that one is already enough tax. I think so.
While some residents expressed concerns about increased financial pressure amidst economic hardship, others said effective taxation could improve governance if managed transparently.
It's not bad, because if you are in level 1, you will still struggle to go to upper level.
To provide clarity on the policy, a tax expert who appeared on Global Morning explained that the new law is designed to simplify the tax system and improve accountability, but warned that public awareness and fairness will be key to its success.
A lot of people get this confused, right? It's not your whole salary that will be taxed. You will still get some statutory deductions that are allowable, for ascertaining your taxable income. Those will still be allowable even in the new regime. And then the tax table has also been revised from what it used to be.
As the policy draws close to implementation, the conversation continues around communication, trust, and implementation. For now, the conversation continues. I am Priscilla Obasi, reporting for Global Television News.
And now to news making rounds on the foreign scene. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country is 10% away from reaching a peace deal with Russia, but warned that critical issues remain unsolved. In his New Year address, Zelensky stressed that Ukraine seeks peace, but not at the cost of rewarding Russian aggression, insisting on strong security guarantees. He also rejected Russia's demand for full control of eastern Ukraine, saying Moscow would likely push further even after concession. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has called Israel's recognition of Somaliland illegitimate and unacceptable as he hosted a visit by his Somali counterpart. At a joint press conference following bilateral talks, both Erdogan and Somali's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud condemned the recognition of Somaliland as an independent state by Israel, with Turkey pledging to stand by the Somali people. Over to Uyi Agbomofuegbe for the details.
Israel sparked criticism last Friday when it said it was officially recognizing Somaliland, a breakaway territory in Somalia's north. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar defended the decision to recognize Somaliland. The declaration was a first for the territory, which in 1991 had unilaterally declared secession from Somalia.
Strongly rejected Prime Minister Netanyahu's illegal aggression in recognizing part of Somalia's northern regions as an independent state. This aggression and the blatant meddling constitute a clear violation of the international law, the Charter of the United Nations, the Constitutive Act of the African Union, and all established diplomatic norms.
Turkey, a close ally of Somalia, has frequently clashed with Israel over a range of issues, especially the conflict in Gaza and Israeli obstruction of aid to the Palestinian territory. He called Netanyahu's Somaliland declarations violation of international law and the start of insecurity and instability, especially for Somalia and the African region. Uyi Agbomofuegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
The exciting world of sport, where Nigeria Super Eagles will face Mozambique in the round of 16 of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations as they continue their quest for a fourth continental title. The Eagles topped their group with maximum points over with victories over Tanzania, Tunisia and Uganda, while Mozambique qualified as one of the best third-place teams. The encounter, scheduled for January 5 in Fez, will be a rematch of their 2010 AFCON clash, with the winner set to face either Algeria or DR Congo in the quarterfinals. Still talking sports, former heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua has been discharged from the hospital following injuries sustained in a recent road accident. In a joint statement by the Lagos and Ogun State officials, the boxer has been declared clinically fit and will continue to recover at home. The statement noted that Joshua remains deeply affected by the loss of two close friends in the crash and expressed appreciation to President Bola Tinubu for his support. And that's it on the Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using at Global TV NG. I am Mukhtar Kasim, saying a very big thank you for watching. Compliments of the season and Happy New Year.